Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Atlantis Rising. This is a National Geographic documentary. It's about an hour and 35 minutes long. It's from 2017, and this is sort of a James Cameron deal. He loves going underwater. Well, he doesn't get to go underwater in this one. He is just himself. We happen to get a kind of what's interesting about this. We get a kind of a little sneak peek into how he is filming Avatar 2. There's actually footage of him in the studio filming with a special handheld camera in a studio. Yeah, it's I can't explain it. You have to see it. It's actually in the first few minutes. In case you weren't interested in Atlantis at all and you wanted to go, oh, and you just went, okay, Avatar. I want to know about more about Avatar. I, yeah, I don't know if it was test filming or anything else, but either way, it is him filming Avatar 2, and well, a guy just happened to stop by the studio. His name's Simcha Jacobovici. He's a filmmaker also, and he is the guy who is tasked with finding Atlantis. So I'm feeling, I mean, since James Cameron loves everything underwater, he kind of footed the bill because he's too busy with Avatar. 2, 3, 4, 17 to go on this quest, and I think they kind of knew they weren't really going to find like this ancient city and then raise it from the ocean floor. That's not going to happen. That's not. I'm going to spoil it for you right here. That does not happen at all. But what they do discover is a number of things. They search the land and the sea. Yeah, obviously there's lots of diving involved. But there's also most of it is on land, and it's according to the writings of Plato. He documented a whole lot of crazy stuff that went down with it between tsunamis and all sorts of destruction that happened back in ancient times. I think prior to the rise of Rome, and I mean because that's when Atlantis would have existed and been destroyed and just wiped from the face of the earth. It, it's their job. It's the job of I say his name again, Simcha and his team and other people they run across along the way to put all the pieces together to see what they can find out about where Atlantis is, or where it may have been, or what came from the destruction. Because odds are, not everybody was lost in the destruction. And the loss of Atlantis. Yes, we're talking about Atlantis as a real place. I know we treat it as mythology, as something that there's no Namor the Submariner living under the sea with blue people, you know, messing up things for the people of the land. No, it's there's no underwater kingdom like that. What this is. It's a city that once existed, above the land. Massive destruction happened. It's now gone, and I won't tell you where they think they found it, but they do find some pretty crazy evidence. And what they do find along the way may not be spectacular to you or me, but for the people who do this kind of thing, they do find some pretty significant pieces of history and pieces of archaeology that they get to play around with, and not play around with, but that they are able to connect from one culture to the next, from one era to the next, and then build out a synopsis for the existence of Atlantis and what happened beyond Atlantis. Because Atlantis, obviously, it's in the Atlantic. It was said to be to the west of the Gate of Gibraltar, right there for the Mediterranean and everything else. It was a big shipping, big port for the people boating around in the Atlantic, and it had 3 concentric pieces of land. It's really fascinating. I never knew about a lot of this stuff, these details about a real Atlantis, that how it all may have existed, and how it was all laid out, and how these symbols have spread throughout ancient history and through archaeological sites that we see today, and even religion. And There might even be evidence of Atlantis in the Bible, or a connection at least. You have to watch it to find out. I found it pretty impressive. It's there's a number of they try to make it more dramatic. It's not dry facts. It is they try to make it a bit dramatic, like it's a reality show in a sense, but as they bring in different people with different ideas and different evidence, and taking Simcha all over the place in the Mediterranean, and between Spain and Greece and Sicily and all sorts of places. It's sometimes things don't exactly look like they're going to be good, and then suddenly it works out. It's suddenly, this is disappointing, but wait, what's this? And yeah, so it's all a little manufactured dramatically, and every once in a while James shows up on a video chat to get a progress report from Simcha to see what they were finding and how they can do things better, and sometimes shoot down some of the assumptions that Simcha has made based on that doesn't fit in that time period, and things like that. So it's a little bit, it adds a little bit of drama to it, and but it seems pretty cheesy because none of these guys are actors, so they do their best. But it's a very interesting thing. If you ever wanted to learn about Atlantis and about that ancient culture and the ancient cultures that may have spun out of it, they're real. It's kind of crazy to say that, but yeah, it's nothing like what we imagine in mythology or in comic books. It's very different. There's no Jason Momoa running things down below. So, yeah. So yeah, I'd say give it a shot if you're into documentaries, especially if you're interested in Atlantis and anything that may have come out of it. This is just the beginning. I have a feeling that, assuming that COVID didn't destroy the momentum for every other type of research, there's still a lot to dig up, because they've found things that create the basis, the foundation for knowing where to actually find Atlantis, and actually maybe dig up, maybe rise Atlantis, not as a whole, but pieces of it anyway, to prove that it actually existed. We'll see. But let's pick tomorrow's episode.
168.
168. 168. Oh. Okay, we get more documentary stuff. There's a lot of documentary stuff. Surprisingly, this is not shark-based or ancient civilization-based, as far as I can tell. But we're going to find out pretty soon. Tomorrow, we're going to be watching Fearless Adventures with Jack Randall. Yep. Sorry this isn't a Princess thing or a Star Wars or a Marvel thing, but hey, I'm doing this all at random, and whatever's thrown at me, I watch, and then I talk about it here. So, Fearless Adventures with Jack Randall, if that's your thing, you'll have to watch it with me, and come back here, and I'll talk all about it, and you can go, or you're an idiot. Fearless Adventures with Jack Randall on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow.